Yo boys, it's Dan. Welcome back to the Premier League predictions. We're in to game week 33 of the Premier League. Before we get into the Premier League, here you go. Boys, if you want a discount on your energy, go and get my discount in the description. New Dan 10 at checkout. Peace. Yes, boys, we are back with game week 33 of the Premier League. We are getting down to the last 5 or so weeks now until we see who is crowned Premier League champions, who also will get in Champions League, who will get into the Europa League, and who will crucially get down to the relegation zone. But we've got a few more weeks left, about another month and a half, about another 5 weeks, like I said before. We've got a guest this week, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail. It is my former PT, Dan Gates. How are you doing, Dan?
Dan, great to be back on your channel, mate. Your former teacher, former assistant head, Dan Gaze here again. Looking forward to a little scrum down of these results. Hopefully I'll beat you this week. And let's get into it, mate.
Thank you, mate. Now move to the first game, and Newcastle United versus Dan Gaze's beloved Tottenham Hotspur. It's going to be a very close game. I do think that I can see, with Newcastle's injuries and Spurs injuries at the moment, I think that it's going to be quite a close game. I'm going to go Tottenham Hotspur 2, Newcastle 1. And Mr. Dan, what are you saying in your game, mate? Or your team's game?
Newcastle versus the mighty Spurs. What a game this is going to be. I'm really disappointed in Newcastle's form, if I'm honest with you, but I thought this would happen with quite a small squad, the injuries and obviously the suspensions of the betting boys. But also with me as a Tottenham fan, really struggling to see what Basuma is bringing to the team at the moment. So he needs a big game if he's going to play. I think the subs at the weekend, Højbjerg and Bentancur coming on for Sarr and Basuma were 2 great subs to change the game. Every player has a bad game, every player has a mistake in them, but I'm just not seeing much from Basuma at the moment. I think it's going to be a tough game. I think we'll be lucky to get a draw. I'm going to go 2-2.
Thank you, mate. Now move to Brentford versus Sheffield United. Now, Sheffield United managed to get a 2-2 draw against Chelsea last time out in this game, and against a Brentford team who are looking very good, who are now needing to pick up points because they're being dragged into a relegation fight. And I mean, I can only see this be 1 minute. I can see the take a 4-1 win to Brentford. And Mr. Dan Gaze, what are you saying in this game?
Thought I'd just keep the Spurs at home for this one. So Brentford, Sheffield United, cannot see nothing but a Brentford win. Ivan Toney up top, scoring goals. Sheffield United just leak goals all the time. I'm going 3-1. 3-1 Brentford.
Now we move to Burnley versus Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, Brighton and Hove Albion are a very capable footballing team. So are Burnley, but I can only see this game being 1 minute here. I can see this being a Brighton and a Hove Albion win, not by much. I can only see it being a 1 goal in this. I'm going to go a 1-0 win to Brighton and Hove Albion. And this Dan Gaze, what are you saying in this game?
Burnley Brighton, well, what a game this could be. Company's fighting away there. The Brighton manager I really rate. and he pulls off some results, I think Brighton will win this game 2-1 to Brighton.
And now you move to arguably the easiest game to predict of the Premier League weekend is Man City versus Luton Town. But people are saying on paper Man City won it. Honestly, they have won it. But let's just put in a bit of context. Luton Town beat Bournemouth last time out in the Premier League to put themselves level on points with Forest at the bottom. So those two and Everton are being sucked back in now after Everton's 2 more points deduction for breaking FFP rules again. Everton fans, leave me in the comments. We'll get into your team later in the video. Man City now are right in a total fight now at the top of the Premier League table. There are 3 teams separated by 2 points. Yes, you've heard of that correctly. 2 points separating 3 teams. This is the closest title race in years. But Man City should walk this game in the park. I'm going to go Man City 3, Luton Town 1. I think Luton will score. Hope they can score. If they can have say in what happens in the title race, go on Luton. But Man City 1. And guys, what are you saying in this game? Now,
Man City Luton. Oh, I feel for Luton this one. Man City are due smashing someone, aren't they? It's going to sound crazy, but I'm going to go 4-0, which I really want Luton to stay up, but I can't see them doing anything. So I'm going 4-0 Man City.
Move to Luton's relegation rivals in Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. Now, Wolves, as we know, are a very capable footballing team at the best of times. But against a Forest team who are fighting to stay in the division now, I'm going to go with a Wolverhampton Wanderers win by 2-1 to dent more Forest hopes. And Nuno is playing against Wolves. This is the Nuno derby. Yes. And guys, what you're saying in the Nuno Espirito Santo derby.
Forest Wolves. I mean, I was quite impressed with how Forest were playing against Spurs at the weekend, especially the first half, and also like how Wolves play. Looks like it could be a draw on the cards. I'm going to go 2-2.
Yes. Now we move to the game at 5:30 on Saturday. AFC Bournemouth versus Manchester United. Now, Manchester United managed to get a 2-2 draw against Liverpool in that big game on Sunday last week. And you're probably going to hear me. Bruno Fernandes scored from the halfway line. Grana Quanza played it back to whose name were, and Bruno Fernandes caught out Cohen Kelleher off of his line and to put us leading and then to put us level, and then Kobbie Mainoo managed to get us 2-1 in front. This man, Kobbie Mainoo, is such a great player. And then Salomon's got a 1 point, but at course. But I'm gonna go Man United to win it 3-0. Can Højlund score again? We need him to get back in. Repent moment of good. Can we make a late charge for top 4 with Villa and Spurs both playing against
Bournemouth, Man United? I mean, if we think about it, Man United should be beating Bournemouth, but I don't know if they will be. I just think it's time for Man United to start stepping up and start progressing. I'm really worried about Man United, the team they've become and the downfall they've had. But I'm going to go with a win. I'm going to go 2-1 to Man United.
Against the E team, now we go to Sunday and to another title race game in Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. And Liverpool a second on goal difference to Arsenal, who top the tree. With Andy a point behind, and Liverpool against Palace. Palace are down there fighting for relegation at the moment, fighting for survival pretty much. And Liverpool are fighting with 2 different teams at 2 different ends of the Premier League table. And I'm going to say Liverpool win this game 3-1 for Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. And Mr. Dan Gaze, what are you saying in this game?
Sunday games, Liverpool versus Palace. I think Palace will be a bit of a tough game for them. I do think Liverpool will get the win 2-1, but I think Palace will fight them a bit like the old school Bolton team that I used to speak about with Belly. They will kick you, they will play football, and they will come at you. So go 2-1 Liverpool, but I do think Crystal Palace will do well.
Now we move to two evenly matched teams, West Ham versus Fulham. Now two evenly matched teams. A game that I can see. Well, Fulham haven't had their best run. Fulham aren't the best away from home. Fulham are not the best away from home. They've struggled the last couple of weeks away from home. They drew through against they lost to Newcastle and they drew to Sheffield not at home away even. But I think West Ham have got a chance. I think West Ham. I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham because looking at Fulham's away form is not the best. You never know. Either West Ham and West Ham have just played against, and West Ham will play against Bayern Leverkusen as well. So yeah. And Dan, what are you saying in this game?
West Ham Fulham. Wow, I ain't too sure on this one. I mean, two of my close friends battled each other this day. Fulham have been sneaking a few results. West Ham have been dropping points where they shouldn't and then getting results where they shouldn't. So I'm going to go with a draw, 1-1.
And we move to first v fifth at the moment is Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Now Unai Emery going back to the Emirates after managing there for a couple of seasons. But I mean, if anyone can stop Arsenal, it could be Aston Villa. They're playing well. They need Spurs to drop points and they can win it. Obviously, if you're a Spurs fan, you would want Villa to obviously beat Arsenal. I'm gonna say it will be Arsenal 1, Aston Villa 1. It'll be a close, but I'm gonna go with a stalemate of 1-1. And Dan, what are you saying in this game?
Arsenal Villa, a tough one for us as a Spurs fan. Really, we want Arsenal to win just to keep the pressure off us for top 4. But then I always say if we don't deserve to be top 4, then why should we be there? So I'm going to stay with my heart and say I want Villa to win this, and I'm going to go 2-1 to Villa against Arsenal. Come on, the boys.
Now we move to the last game of the game week and to Chelsea versus Everton. On Monday night. Yes, Chelsea, as we know, are very, very, very inconsistent at the moment. And a Everton team who, as we know, are very capable of producing some absolute magic. Literally magic. Well, not really magic, but they've just got another point deduction again, like I said earlier. Everton fans, comment. Do you think it was right or do you think it was wrong? And I'm going to say, keep this game short and sweet. I'm going to go 2-1 to Chelsea in this game. And that
Chelsea-Everton. Chelsea, what a season. You know, sitting in 9th or 10th or maybe 8th now actually, but sitting very mid-table, not really doing well, real shocked. Got a youthful team, really rate Pochettino, not just he was a Spurs manager. I think him and his team are great, but yeah, just poor. Everton got more points now. I think they're going to be gunning to be fighting. So I'm going to go for Everton away win 2-1, which I think is going to be crazy, but I'm going to go for it. Dan, cheers for having me again, mate. I thought I'd jump on your channel and show you support. Remember to jump on mine, Dan Gay Support Service. Give it a link, give it a like, give it a subscribe, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Dan, keep doing what you're doing. Be good. Otherwise, I'll be speaking to your mum. And good to see what you and Josh are doing. If you go to Spurs ever, give me a shout and we'll try and meet up to say hello or jump on your live blog. And I hope to see you all soon.
We'll bring game week 33 to an end. Boys, thank you all very much for watching the video. And I will see you lot Monday for the Champions League second legs of the FA of the quarterfinals. Until then, boys, have a lovely weekend. Will we have a more clear picture of the top title race? We have more relegation battle. Find all that out and a lot more next week, boys. Until then, peace.